Hello and welcome back. I'm Bebo Joe, and this is another Workers and Resources Soviet Republic roundtable where 4 players came together to build an amazing map, and they've been doing this for a couple months now, so let's see how far they've gotten. And yeah, the 2 buildings, the 2 big ones over there, we're gonna get to those, don't worry. I don't know if you could tell, but I didn't want to rob you from the nice entrance that was there at that city. That was pretty cool. So here we are. This is the actual beginning where the whole map started, and that was the last time, the first video of the round table that I shown you. And just to repeat, the 4 players that are taking part in this are, in no particular order, the Seraph, Kayamaya, Rosencrantz, and Kachip. They have been getting at this map for 3 days, 4 days at a time, sometimes in order, sometimes a little out of order, depending on what life really is. And they've done a fabulous job at just making something happen. There are some rules. This was the first test that we had. That's why we're also played with unlimited money. So don't pay too much attention to that. It's more, this was a test, and I think if you ask them, it was pretty successful because they had fun, and look what they produced. It's pretty awesome. So if you are interested in doing something similar, there will be another roundtable, and we can have as many roundtable groups going on at the same time. And if you want, I can make videos about it. If you don't want, I won't make videos about it. But if you are interested making this a multiplayer game where multiple people are invested in the same map, just come to my Discord. The description is in the channel description below, or in the video description below. So just come on, hang out, it'll be great. So what's going on here? A lot. There's just a lot. There's still a bunch of construction going on, so I'm gonna have the UI off every once in a while. So don't pay too much attention to that. Looks like we're missing a little bit of fuel somewhere, but that's okay. But yeah, this is where everything started. So I'm just doing a quick recap. This city just looks nice. This was actually a thumbnail of the first video, and I know that this area changed a little bit. Was it the thumbnail? I think that was the thumbnail. But it's just, it's nice, like simple details like this shopping mall, just mirroring that, making it look like a big, humongous building for whatever you want it to be is great. Then you have in these nice little quartered off residential areas with nice gridded roads. That's just pretty. It's just pretty. It's a great start. It's a great start to what's going on. Then you have a little bit of industry here for coal. I think these are coal. Yeah, coal ore. We have power. We have heat, more heat, and we have some gravel. So just the basic starter industries here. They're just important. And then here, you probably remember me talking about this for the helicopter construction off. And it looks like a little extra was added over here. That's not completely fenced in yet, but maybe that would still happen. But that's fine. Then we have the nuclear power plant in this area. If you want to see a bigger or more detailed look at all of this, go to the first video and then come back to this one, because we are going to run through the things that already existed pretty quick here. Speaking of which, ignore stuff that's to the left. I think a lot of this already existed, and look at how many trains are running on here. This is great. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this picture, 9, 10. There's 10. There are 10 trains in this picture. I love it. That's just fabulous. Doesn't matter how well it runs. It's just there's so many, and they don't look like they're stuck. So they're doing great. Yeah, this city also existed. It's really just a worker city that we started with, and then I think a lot of this part existed also. But what didn't exist, at least I don't think it did, all these canals. Look at how many waterways there are to get around this map, and we're going to see a lot more later on. There's water everywhere, and that's a lot of work. That's a lot of dedication to get there. And you have these river boats that actually make things happen right here. And I think this one was exporting some cars, and it's just fun. Yeah, even though this is unlimited money and all that, they are playing serious where they actually need to produce things. So yeah, it's not the easy mode. They did make sure everything works, and every time something didn't work, they did go back to make sure it worked. So it's not just easy mode. It was just the first test to see if we can make it work. Then yeah, this is just added from the canals. You can now ship your stuff out here. This is for iron ore. excellent. The rail, it's an extensive rail network that relies on double track. There's nothing wrong with that. It's everywhere, and it looks like it's working really, really well. And it has a couple switchovers like this, a couple turnarounds, whatever you need, and it's working. It's working. Is it the prettiest everywhere? I wouldn't go that far, but it's really hard to make rail look pretty in this game, period. So let's go to some new stuff. Brosenheim, made by Rosencrantz. I did follow that conversation. I'm not going to be able to say every city that was made by who unless it's part of the name. But here you go. This looks pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I like it already. I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I don't know. Maybe I'm going to use it. But this looks pretty cool because it looks cool. And I'm hoping a passenger train comes in. Those trams look very familiar to me. Like where I'm from by Rostock, that was totally a thing there. This train station, not so much, but these residential buildings, they are totally looking like something I was used to as a kid. The train, the Bombardier, definitely a German train that you see pretty much everywhere. It usually has a different type of locomotive in front of it, but that's fine. I like how this is just a turnaround track, essentially, and the trams are kind of connected to it, but they are also on their own network inside the city. This is just a really cool city. Cool? I don't know, but it's a really great city design. I like it. Everything seems to be working perfect, and everyone is happy. How are these people? You are happy. Food, health, yep. They have what they need, so that's fine. And don't forget, this game was started before the loyalty update came out, so if loyalty is weird and that changed a couple things, then that's just what it is. And that's fine. But yeah, no, this whole setup, this whole station, I like it. That building is huge, but that's fine. And I don't want to cut you short because there are some like outside not residential, but outside commercial buildings out here. That makes perfect sense. Library, I have no idea what this is for. It's school? Current number of visitors. I'm guessing culture? I don't know. I haven't used that yet. But then you also have a little bit of waterfront buildings here with just different buildings and different styles, and actually like paid attention to some details here. Speaking of paid attention to details, these 4 sickle and hammers in front of the government building, this is the radio station, but I'm going to call it a government building. That's a pretty cool just addition right here. Makes perfect sense. I like it. Yeah. Oh, and this one. Oh gosh, I think either I've seen this before or I've done this before, but I like it where you have a certain building in the middle and then different buildings on the outside. Everything is connected with footpaths, and you have some greenery in between. That's just nice planning right there. I like it. I like a lot of this. Yeah, we have, I don't know why they don't have fuel right now. I did let the game run for almost half a year, so I probably broke something just by doing that, but don't pay too much attention to that. We have a lot of food here, and that is great. And then, yeah, we're just going up here. There's some oil refining going on here. It's supposed to get really big, but I don't believe it is currently done, as you can see by the undone rail lines. So there was always something to do here that you were hoping would get done at least eventually. So if you were up, there were 3 people coming after you, and I mean, I understand that you could just hope that in the time that the 3 people would do their thing, your stuff may have gotten done, because usually, as far as I know, most of the players did not play in the same area all the time, unless something needed fixing, and that's pretty cool. What is this? Oh, this is nice. It's a bucket dredger. I have not used one of these before, but it's pretty cool. You just get gravel out of the riverbed. Nice, nice. I may use this. It does feel pretty reasonable. Then we have a river hydroelectric dam that is just producing everything it can. That's pretty nice. I do feel the power network that exists here is relatively adequate, and they're not super bunched up. I mean, looking at this, yes, they're bunched up right by the nuclear power plant, but just overall, it makes sense. It makes sense, and the network seems to be working okay. So that's nice. Yeah, what do we have over here? Just a lot of constructions, and that is cool. We have here, these are clothing factories. I really like those. Maybe I'll use these in my next playthroughs. Then we have a big, huge fabric factory. Same thing. Maybe I'll use that. But the area is not completely done yet, just the way it is. So that's fine. Huge chemical plant. Like, this is all supposed to be really big industry, and it's probably getting there. It's just not there right now. What is this? Mechanical components. Yeah, you can steal right from here. Perfect. This is just a nice setup. You have the 2 steel mills, you make some mechanical components right there. You have your just train line bringing in troves of people. Yeah, that's perfect. Another train probably do, no, I have no idea where you're going, but that's fine. And then this just looks nice. Just a big harbor area. You have your harbor, what's this called? Ship dock, yeah. You have your harbor area that just does a lot of things. You bring all the iron ore in, bring all the coal in. You can pick up the iron ore from over here, which you're already producing, but instead of using trains like I always do, they use boats. That is awesome. I like it. I like how this looks, and the production and everything seems to be working. Again, the rail line, just having a straight through mainline rail line going through here is pretty neat, pretty nice. Now, I will say, I am not the biggest fan of these roller coaster bridges that the game lets you build. They are a way to make this work, and if you look at this closely, this is going up underneath this one and then over, and then it has to join up on this side again. It's not connected right now. And then the other one is going up over this one, and it has to come down again. It is not easy to do. I 100% understand that, but I just don't like the roller coasters that much. Just being honest, it's just the way I am. But if you know my series, if you know any ways that I play, my rail line is not pretty. It is functional, but it's generally not pretty. So I understand that this is just the way the game plays. Let's go just across the bridge here. Nice double bridge. I can appreciate this, just having multiple different things. And they are built so that your ships can actually pass underneath them. Good planning. Nice job. Like it. We go to the next city. I'm really bothered that the fuel is currently showing as out. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So here we are. Do I have a gas station I can just turn on? Then that will just turn off. Yeah, fuel. We just don't have power. That's the problem. And I have no idea why we don't have power. So let's just ignore that. I know it was working when I started it. We'll just blame it on people who broke something while doing something. And that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, this is just another nice residence? No, settlement. Settlement is the word that I'm looking for. Another nice settlement that has everything you need, has greenery added, has a little forest to the side just before you get into the industrial side. It has a huge amount of fields. I really like it. Why do I like it? Look at this. This is the area that the small city from over here is supposed to supply. And there's a lot of stuff. There's just storage. There are a couple food makers, food plants in there. Looks like we have some livestock farms, and we have a livestock hall, then we have a slaughterhouse. There's just a lot of stuff going on here, and I really, 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 really like it. Then you have a central train location. Obviously, they are using the big silos, but honestly, is there really a problem with that? I don't know, because 8,000 is 10 times bigger than the regular silos or the vanilla silos. But if you look at this, you can probably just about fit 10 of those silos in this footprint of these guys. So I have no problem with using these. It's fine. You don't lose as much grain as you would lose with the vanilla ones. And then you have it set up so that you have a nice just pick up locations for your 4 farms. I think there are 4 farms. There's a farm, there's a farm, there's a farm, there's a farm. Yeah, it's 4 farms. They're using the new ones. Yeah, no, this is just nice. And then what train is this? Oh, a little electric. Looks like a crocodile. Cool. I would have expected a diesel shunter, but I understand that the game with fuel is not always very cooperative. So that's where we are. What do we have going on over here? Oh, I have a pause right now. Yeah, I guess this is another just industrial area. We have coal coming from here, so ships can pick up coal from there. Again, I really like the whole canal setup. Even if the ship only... ship. I said Schiff like a German. Ja, manchmal muss ich ein bisschen Deutsch reden, aber das brauche ich nicht immer. Aber die Schiffe gehen darüber mit ihrer Kohle und ja, machen das Ding los. That's enough German. Yeah, no, it's just nice. It's nice to utilize the different ways of transportation in this game, absolutely. Let's just keep crawling on the right. Anything going on here? No, there is not. We have a couple oil fields here. That's pretty nice. And this city, I really, sorry for moving a little fast there. I really like this. It's really compact. It's clearly in the middle of a forest. That is nice. This is an old city. This existed in the previous save. But I just like it. It's pretty. It's cool. And again, details, adding the monuments in places where it makes sense. They're not just stacked. That's pretty nice. It's just I just like it. I like how the city looks. It's nice. Yeah. What we have here, piping. I don't mind having piping running next to the road, next to existing infrastructures where it needs to go above ground. Sometimes underground is better, sometimes above ground is just what you need. So there you go. How we're doing here? A little overloaded. Estimated maximum drain is 91%. I guess that is the number we really should care about. The number above here is if they would supply everything in this area. So yeah, no, that works. That works. That's good. More oil production here. We got some power production for oil here. That all looks nice. Everything is kind of doing its thing. More ships again. Really like the use of ships. I've seen so many ships already. And speaking of ships, here are 4 dry docks that are just pumping out ships. I'm assuming this guy is just there to be exported for money, just to produce something, and the little ones I'm hoping are used for all the different shipping lanes that already exist. So pretty cool. I like it. Another city over here, we have a bunch of chemicals being produced. This city I will call more very minimalistic. It's very vanilla. This may be one of the only mods that was used in the city, but there's nothing wrong with that. I actually really like the vanilla setup, so this is cool. What are you doing? You got the biggest train pulling a single wagon. Okay, that's fine. Just looks a little funny to me. And I like the setup here, that you have residential clearly over here, hospital centric, and then everything else, the peripherals are just over here and are probably reachable by everyone. Childs without appropriate upbringing. A lot. Yeah. Again, those were all things that were added later in the game, so I'm not too upset about those things that they aren't doing exactly what you expect them to do. But nice. And again, rail. There's rail everywhere, and that is lovely. Chemicals. I like this. Maybe a little bit overdone on the trees because I can't see much, but I like it. It's good. Do we have a... Yeah, we do have a wood cutting post in here, so that's why there are a lot of trees, and you probably have to replace a lot of trees all the time. Just a little thick on the trees, but that's fine. That is totally fine. What's this guy doing? You're just dropping off gravel, I'm assuming. Yep, just gravel for the chemical plants. And the setup, if you know me, I like it. I would have probably put the forklift in the middle, but there's nothing wrong with the setup, just having 2 forklifts do the job. Or 2 forklift sides do the job. Totally fine. Then more fields. You can never have enough fields in this game. Like, it's impossible to have too many fields. If you cover 80% of your map in fields, you probably still don't make enough crops for your republic. So add farms, add fields wherever you can. They also don't require any workers, so that is very helpful as well. Where are we? We're over here. Okay, on this side, I'm pretty sure this is new and I really like this idea. I've tried this once before and I failed at it. I didn't do a good job at actually making this into something that's nice. But this is a centralized hub for construction materials and containers. Not sure how the containers got here, but everything is here. Got some harbors happening, which is awesome. You got a loading facility, and is this an unloading? Nope, both of them are loading facilities. Great. And they're just building the containers for everything that you need. And then you have some container ships coming in here, and they take it to somewhere. What are you doing? You take it to Soviet countries. That's fine. There are containers still available, so this is clearly working. And this, I just like this. I don't care how fast or slow stuff is getting unloaded, but you always have trains coming in here, and they're long trains, and yes, I like that. And this is just the yellow stuff is a really big warehouse. I like that. And again, if you watched any of the other reviews, I like the usage of these gray, whatever it's called. Background? No. Material? No. The gray stuff on top of the rail, I kind of like the look. That the rail kind of just blends into that. And yeah, the way you use it. Yeah, no, it's Nothing to complain. It's really nice to have all of this. This one, I'm not sure what you're doing here. I mean, I see you swinging out to the right and then back to the left, but that's... I mean, okay, this train, this rail bridge has to come over there somehow, and that's why it's connecting that way. But no, it's just nice. It's a really nice large connection, and then you added another large city. That makes perfect sense. Can I see a name to know who built this? Nope. No idea who built this, so I'm not going to try to guess who did, because honestly, I don't know the styles of any of the players, really. I know the Seraph a little bit, but that is different. Now we come to Kaya Mayagrad and Seraph Airport. So what do we have going on here? One, a nice stadium. This is, I mean, look at this. I don't think a lot of people live here right now, but look at this. This is just a nice, proper, large area. I don't know if these are actual parking spots. It would be really cool if they are, but I don't know if they are. But here we are, and a lot of capacity for whatever you want. At some point, maybe the game lets you actually play soccer games in these arenas or have other events going on, because this is clearly an Olympic stadium that can do everything that you need it to do because you have the track on the outside. So maybe at some point. We have some air monuments because these don't have working for some helicopter construction office. Yeah, there's something not working, so they're just standing in the air. Just don't pay attention to them. These buildings, this whole area, this is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me a little bit of... I forget the name, but there's a movie inside a maze, and it kind of reminds me of that. If you know what it is, you can throw it in the comments, but yeah. Just looks like there's a big wall on the outside that you can't get out and you can't look in, but on the inside there's actually stuff going on, and that stuff is pretty cool. What's this? Central bus station. I want to use that. That looks cool. Yeah, I like it. And it's also a through station. Perfect. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. Then you have the park in the middle, Central Perk, or whatever you want to call it. Looks pretty nice. And a lot more buildings. You have a lot of just tourism over here. I'm assuming this may have been started before tourism got nerfed really hard, and now it may not be as lucrative anymore, but it's nice to see. This yeah, it's a side tower. I thought this was a radio tower for an airport. This is a mod, PR84, that I have not seen before. That is pretty cool. I like it. You get in, can you actually see, you may be able to see some animations of people walking in there. Nope. Not this one, but I do know in the vanilla game some of the buildings got more walking path animations inside the building. So maybe that's something you can add to mods at some point. Thanks, Autosave, I needed you. Then you have a Ferris wheel there and a roller coaster, just all the things that you need. Perfect. Yep, that's all that. Don't worry, come back to the big ones, because they are the big ones, but this is pretty nice. The next thing that is pretty cool is the Seraph Airport. Really, really like how this looks. Just this big warehouse area. It reminds me of maybe Georgia, Atlanta, with a huge airport and just a lot of stuff going on. You even have, what are you doing? You're producing wagons here. Nice. Box cars, perfect. What are you producing here? Electronics assembly, nice. Airplane production, yeah, that makes sense. You're right at the airport, so that makes perfect sense, actually. There's more than enough space for everything, and you have the two smaller ones over here, but it looks like a Concorde is able to... Sorry, it's not the Concorde, it's the Russian version. It's the Tu-144. It has enough space on here, so these are at least 1 kilometer long. Nice, just nice. This is good stuff. And again, you use the paint. Should I call it paint? Asphalt road here. It's one of these squares, these paints that you can use. Nice use for that, because I do think it makes the game look better, especially on rail. Like, look at this. This is just like, yep, we're just gonna go to this train station and then call it good, and that's exactly where we want to go. Very nice. Very, very nice. This airport, just like this area feels really airporty. You have this big run line that's all on the same level. This bridge, I'm totally happy with. I mean, look at that. It's nice and even. It's nice and level. Okay, this is a little steep, but overall, it's not super steep where you have to go up. Really, really cool. Nice work. Yeah, and then the two gems, maybe. This one is the museum. The Palace of the Soviets. the only thing I don't like about it is the bottom. Like this brick, it's probably how it looks in real life, but it doesn't fit with anything else that I'm looking at right now. Just kind of feels like this top piece is set on the bottom piece, and that's more about the mod, not about building it. But I wish the bottom would fit a little better for the game. It just points out the white is pretty. Let's call this marble. The orange is just not my taste. I'm sure there are people out there that love it. The orange under the white is just not my taste right now. Maybe I can get used to it. Maybe in a different scenario, maybe in a different setup will look nicer. This one, however, I have no idea where this is. It's the Roy Young Hotel of the People. It makes me think it's North Korea, because that would fit, but I really don't know. But just this name, this word, which I probably said wrong, makes me think it's North Korea, but I have no idea. But it looks nice and big, nice and tall. There's a red star on top, also again, North Korea, but I really don't know. But this one I definitely want to use somewhere because, yeah, it's for tourists. I thought because there was a hospital sign there, this was a hospital, but no, it's a big museum, big tourist attraction. Oh, it's a hotel. It's a hotel for a lot of tourists. Perfect. Yeah, no, I really like it. Really like it. You have these spots there. This is interesting. Why is this spot here? It's just like there to be symmetric, I suppose. Why is that called? Oh, it's a I was like, why is this bus stop a hotel? It's not a hotel. It's just named hotel, so you know where these buses are going, because a lot of trolley buses drive here and they're going to hotel. They need to do something with that. So that is excellent. I believe, let me look at the map. I believe that was everything that happened. So again, this is Workers and Resources Roundtable. 4 players did this all together at the same time. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. And as far as I know, they always went back to fix it. And that's part of the game. It's just if someone else breaks something that you built or breaks something else, then you go back and fix it and take care of that. And that alone, that problem solving, I believe, is a lot of fun just in the game, which is honestly why I do these reviews and fix-it videos now, because I want to, because it's enjoyable to me, and I hope it's enjoyable to you too. But yeah, I want to leave you with a nice, how about we leave with the exact same shot as we had when we came in. Yeah, why not? But this time I'm going to be behind the train instead of in the train. Let's turn the UI off so we can actually see some. There's a big train coming in, big mixed consist train. That's beautiful. And yeah, this is what I have. As far as I know, this map is done. The FPS was dropping when I started recording. Some areas were close to the 20 mark, and I can imagine that's just a showstopper for a lot of players, and it's a showstopper for me. If it falls below 20 frames per second, I can't record it and show it to you because it just doesn't look right. But here we are. Things are pretty in most places. Things are pretty cool. If you want to do this, Workers and Resources Roundtable, come to the Discord channel. Just agree to the Workers and Resources premise, and then you can be part of the group, and we'll figure out who wants to play with who and just set up the groups that way. With the new update coming out, we'll probably wait for a fully blown new session or sessions until the update is fully available and tweaked. Oh, there's a Lenin picture on the left. That's cool. But yeah, no, it's coming. It's happening. And you can be part of it if you want to. So thank you so much for watching. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for this Haraf, Kaya Maya, Kachib, and Brosenkranz to make this all possible. You started my review channels because I was unable to get any review videos from anyone until you guys said, yeah, we're ready. Let's just show what we have here, and maybe some other people want to show as well. If you have videos, anyone else out there that you want me to show or to fix, please reach out and let me do that for you, because it's fun and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So I want to keep doing it because I enjoy seeing what you have been doing. There are no restrictions, but the further you are along, the better, or the more problems you have, the better. If you just started out and the video is only going to be me telling you, you should do this, 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 and after 2 minutes everything is done, that's not very beneficial for my channel. So keep that in mind when you submit something. I've only had so far to reject one video where I said there's just not enough I can do or show here. So it's not really a problem. I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, enough of my self-promotion, enough of all that other stuff. Appreciate all of you guys. You make this channel what it is, and we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so I'm excited for that. Maybe when this video comes out, we actually just surpassed that. So that's all you. That's all you. Really, really appreciate you guys supporting me. That's all I have. Really, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming out for all the videos, and have a good one. Bye.